Hey patrons, it's Johannes from Numpad. I discovered a bug in Purr, so I had to update it again. It's that when you delete a track in a trial, so let's go to the screen. When you use the delete buttons, and all these, so you will discard a mix or master or whatever it is that you don't want in the test anymore, because this is shit. We're not going to use that. That when you got to the end screen and you had a result and you wanted to continue the test, or you wanted to add on another round, or you want to listen to the result, you couldn't listen to the deleted ones. And if you started to redo the test, or if you continued the test, the deleted track, you couldn't listen to that. Even if you revoke it and bring it back into the test, you couldn't listen to it. So that was a bug. It's fixed. So now you should be able to listen to those. Another thing that I discovered that annoyed me is that it's quite common, at least for me, when you use something like forced choice, like in this situation, when I use this method, forced choice, where I just click a favorite and click prefer, it's pretty common that you get one or two tracks with the same score. And it's not an issue if they're not on the number one position. So let's say that number 2 and 3 get the same score. That's not an issue because you still have a kind of winner. So you don't have to care. But if you have the same score for the ones that are placed number 1 and number 2, then you have an issue, because which mix or master will you choose in that case? And then you want to continue the test. And I realized that wasn't communicated clear enough that these two has the same score. It was just presented with a scoreboard, so to speak, with a number 1, 2, and number 3, if we have, like in this case, 3 tracks to compare. So I made a thing. I updated the result score, so you get a little frame around if two tracks have the same score. So I'm gonna try to do a test now, but the problem is that I choose the track where there's 2 different masters, but they are pretty similar, so I really need to concentrate. But I thought that could be a good thing. You can watch me use this software and how you use it. So let's do that. Here we go. We're gonna rule out one track first, and that is the original mix, because it has too much low end. So let's hear it. Let's go. All right, we ruled out the mix. So now we have 2 tracks. So now I'm gonna try to choose one of the masters twice and the other master twice, so that they get the same score. And this needs to be 4, so we can have an equal score. If we have 3 trials, then one of them will have 3 and the other one 2, if I try to do this. Or it will, it's an uneven number. So we need an even number of trials. So we have 4 trials, and let's see if I can do this. Here we go. No, I couldn't. All right, let's do another test then. Here we go. There we go. Now I picked one of the mixes twice as the favorite, and the other one twice as well as the favorite. So they have an equal score. So when that happens, it looks like this. We have a green frame around the two, and you get a new button here where it says run blind tie break. So we run a tie break between these two. So if I click that, then it will discard everything else and will just add a new test with just these two different masters in this case. So it will look like this, and then you can redo the test. And it also changed the ratings to the amount of rounds that you do, the amount of trials to 5 rounds, or the closest uneven number. So you can't have an even score again. So that could be good to know. That's why that's changed to 5 in this case, because we had 4 rounds, and we don't want to have that because we want a winner. All right, those were the changes with this update. So again, go and get it. It's free. You just have to follow the Patreon, but it won't cost you anything. So have a good evening, and I see you again with the next thing that you're gonna like, I think. I like it.